You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Friday the 21st of February 2025 and you're listening to The Diary of a Somewhat Tired Wannabe Writer. So we flew back from Singapore overnight and the first thing I did when I got home, this is so pathetic, I've been ordering some Lego sets on eBay. So there's a whole collection of space Lego, some of which I got as a kid. But I bought a hardback book recently, which has got lovely colour photographs of every single space Lego set they produced from 1979 up to, I can't remember what year it's up to. I think it's for about 10, I can't remember when it finishes. But basically, there are lots and lots of sets in similar style to the ones I got as a kid. I stopped getting them around 87, I think, but the line continued for a few more years. And they are really cool. And so I've decided to collect the ones that are in the same, sort of the same kind of style as the ones that I got. So they move on to the second sort of phase of Space Lego. First, you've got classic Space Lego. Then they move on to the Futron and Blacktron ones, which is where they have like good guys and bad guys. So the Futron, still quite traditional Space Lego. And the Blacktron has effectively, I'm assuming they're meant to be bad guys, so they've got, different logos and stuff. But anyway, so I'm less interested in that. And then there's the last phase, which I'm not interested in at all. But yeah, so I'm going to try and collect all the classic space. And I had a couple of sets arrive in the post, so they're waiting for me when I got back. So the first thing I did when I got in after, like, sticking a coffee on was... I didn't stick a coffee on because I wanted to sleep. That was a lie. No, I just built a couple of these little space Lego sets, and then there's a couple more had arrived, but they'd been delivered. They hadn't been able to fit through the door, so they delivered them to my neighbour. So I had to wait until someone was in and go and collect those. So that's been a fun little morning putting together these old space Lego sets. But the important thing is I have done a bit of writing. Now, I'm not going to lie, I didn't do it today. I actually did it on the flight during my break. And I got a couple thousand more words written. So I've done I've done a lot of stuff with Ronnie and Adrian. Now down in Mansfield. And now I've written the scene where Mackenzie is finally released from the tree. And if you look at my scene breakdown, it suggests that there's going to be a lot of jeopardy about whether he's actually brain dead or not. And so the original plan for the scene was he plops out, doesn't of the tree, doesn't respond to anything, and they think, oh my god. And it's in the future. Well, it's not in the future. Well, it's slightly in the... No, it isn't in the future, because my story is set in 2018, and then they've been in hibernation for 3 years, so 2021. So technically it's still the past. But anyway, they're at a point where they haven't got medical facilities like we would have now, and the decision's been made. If he comes out brain dead, then there's nothing they can do for him, and rather than just let him suffer, they'll euthanize him. So they were supposed to have a bit of jeopardy about whether he's responsive and what's going on. And as I wrote it, he falls out of the tree, sees Marianne and smiles, and like, oh, that's screwed all that up. But actually, I've kind of realised those two characters have had so many awful things happen to them. Why do I need to make another awful thing happen where they think he's going to die before something nice happens? So I've kind of reined in my natural instinct to give my characters a hard time. And they've still got a couple of scenes where they need to talk about things, but yeah, so that's good. So I've written now just over 5,000 words, so it's over half of the epilogue, because basically I've only got a few scenes. I might even wrap it up another 3,000 or 4,000 words. Now I was hoping to do some today, but also messed around with the Lego, and then I went to bed. When did I go to bed? I went to bed later than I should have done. It was about 11 o'clock because my brain wouldn't switch off. And then I slept in till about 6. So I'm probably not going to sleep tonight now, but never mind. But I'm still a bit dozy and not really in the mood for writing, but that's fine. What I'm really hoping to do is sleep well tonight, he says, and then do a big wodge of work on this thing tomorrow, because the end of the whole project is in sight. Certainly the end of this chapter, I have to do to meet my targets. I've got to do it by the 28th. But the reality is the last 3 days of the month, so the 26th, 27th and 28th, I'm working. On the 26th and 27th, I've got 3 flights each day, and they're not long flights, but it's short haul. But that's the kind of working day that literally consumes a whole day. I've got a night stop in Manchester, but we don't get in until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and then we leave early in the morning. So it's yeah, I'm not going to get much done those days. I might get a little bit done in the hotel room in the evening, but the point is I want to be done by then. So today was what we call landing day. It's the day I finished my trip. Traditionally they're a bit of a lost day, but I've got 4 days after today, and I really want to try and finish the project in those 4 days. So that's the plan. We shall see how it goes. Oh, look, I've managed to keep this one to time today. Do you think it's because I'm tired? It might be. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back with a further update at some point tomorrow. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.